I'm Deaconess, Distinguished Apostolic Mother Christiana Oluwafunmilayo Adunni Odumosu ní Akínpẹ̀lú. Thank God for my life. My mother was a pagan one side and Christian one side, mixture of both pagan and Christian. Likewise, my father. But my mother has been looking for child for a long, long time. She has delivered about 9 children in her town, Ikere Ekiti, because my mother is from Ikere Ekiti. So when she couldn't have living children, she left Ikere Ekiti and came to Ibadan. When she got to Ibadan, funnily, she met my father. My father is from Imojo, Ekiti. My real father's name is John Oshonkayode. That's my real father's name. But my father's uncle, his name is called John Jegede Akínpẹ̀lú. Through John Jegede Akínpẹ̀lú, who was one of the foundation member of the Tabernacle, Faith Tabernacle. The Faith Tabernacle was the first name given to Ayo Babalola's ministry. Baba Babalola Joseph Ayodele Babalola. So through his ministry at Ibadan, through his evangelism, my mother used to go to the faith clinic. Funnily for my mother, she was pregnant and begat me. They thought it's just an ordinary sickness in her tummy. They didn't know that it's going to have a beautiful and a girl that we knows Jesus. So I was born in the year 1935, September 27th at Ibadan. In fact, they took my mother to Abeokuta. I was born at Ake, Abeokuta, in Egbaland, Ogun State. Egbaland then, now Ogun State. Through Mama Adejoke, the mother of Madam Adejoke, the former General Secretary of Good Women. The mother was Iya Agbebi then in Abeokuta. So I was born at Abeokuta in 1935. They brought me back to Ibadan. I was with Baba Akínpẹ̀lú. Baba Akínpẹ̀lú was my mentor, my guardian. So I took to her name because he was the one who mentored me. He was the one who adopted me as a daughter. That's why I'm bearing Christiana Oluwafunmilayo Adunni Akínpẹ̀lú. Baba Akínpẹ̀lú was from Imesi Ile. But according to the story, they said that they migrated from Itaji Ekiti to Imesi Ile, according to the story. And according to the story, you know those days, they can marry each other. The brother and sister, the family can marry. According to the story, the wife of Baba Akínpẹ̀lú was my aunt, closely to me, more than Baba, but he was the one who trained me. I was with him till I finished my education. From there, I went to Adeoyo General Hospital in those days. That was 1953. I was at Adeoyo. I was trained as a midwife. From there, from that, I was transferred to Sapele General Hospital in 1955. 1956, January, I got married to my husband, Josephus Oladunjoye Ayinla Odumosu of blessed memory. That was January 15th, 1956. You know, in those days, they don't want women to have good education. They will tell you that the last thing for a woman is to go to kitchen to cook. So I had only standard 6 education. That's my educational background. But after that standard 6, during that time, they allow person with, because the standard 6 of that time, I will say, is the HND of today. So after that, they always pick us from school to come to nursing school because they wanted me to do teaching. They want me to go to teachers training, but I refused because of my cousins, my aunties that were in the nursing line. I prefer to do nursing. I was so enlightened because of their uniform. That's why I said I'm not going to teaching line. I'm going to nursing line. That was how I went to do my midwifery at Adeoyo. I had only standard 6 educational background. Era of European people. I was trained by Europe, by white people. During that time, when we were doing our own training, we had European people as our teachers, our lecturer. Then, not like nowadays that we have black people, those people who were trained in Nigeria, but then we have people that were trained in London. So I was trained by Mrs. Limin, and she was the first Iya Biye of Ibadan land at Adeoyo Hospital. After my training, I was transferred to Sapele General Hospital. That was 1955. From Sapele, I was transferred to Forcados. Forcados is now in Niger Delta. I worked at Forcados General Hospital. I work at Burutu Hospital. And I work at, we call one town in Delta, that time, Abo. All those places are now under Niger Delta. I worked there before I was transferred to Shagamu General Hospital. From Shagamu General Hospital, I resigned at Shagamu to join my husband at Enugu. When I got to Enugu, I started my career again at Enugu. From Enugu to Port Harcourt. I worked at Port Harcourt. They called the hospital Polytechnic Hospital, Port Harcourt. I was there for some time before my husband was transferred back to Lagos. Then my husband was under railways. I met my husband when I was in training at Adeoyo Hospital because my husband's aunt was one of my senior matron at Adeoyo Hospital. Late Mama Adebogun, we call her Mama Adeoyo. So through that Mama Adeoyo, I met my husband. Then my husband was at Ibadan Grammar School. We dated for some time because after his education, he went to work with PWD in Lagos. From there to railways. He did his training, railway is a training school at Ido as train ticket collector. He was there for 9 months. Then he was transferred to Aba railway station. He was at Aba when we got married in 1956, January 15. I had my first baby September 6, 1956. After my maternity leave, I was transferred to Shagamu General Hospital. I was at Shagamu 1957 before I resigned to join my husband at Enugu. Anyway, I have a little problem at Enugu. I didn't start my work in time. I didn't start working in time at Enugu. I was doing petty trading then. So just to take care of my baby, because I had only one son then. Then I had my husband's younger brother, the youngest of them was with me. He's now a medical doctor in America too. So we were all there. After some time, my husband was transferred back to Lagos in 1960. 1960, October, I joined him in Lagos. It was then we were at Ashaoku, CAC then. My husband is Anglican, and I am CAC. When I got married, he doesn't want me to go to my church, but I should be going to his own church, that is Anglican Communion. But by my character, by the love I have for him, and the love he had for me, he tried to make it balance. Because when we were at Enugu, we haven't got CAC church there, but you have Church of the Lord. I was attending Church of the Lord when we were one part of Enugu there. But when we moved to another part of Enugu, we were attending Baptist Church. After my second born, who is a pastor today, we transferred back to Port Harcourt. We were all, my husband is a loving man. He doesn't believe in beating or using vulgar language to women. No, he doesn't. But whenever he asks me not to go to my church, I continue to pray. Lord, I've seen him as an Anglican before I married him. I want you to change his mind to serve God. I don't believe we are all serving the same God, but we know the way and manner we do serve God. So I said, God, through prayer, I said I want my husband to be in a church that he will be praying. He will have time for God, to serve God wholeheartedly, and God answered my prayer. When we moved to Lagos, that time, during Sunday, my husband will go and watch ball. He can't do without watching ball. But for prayer and everything, prayer, fast, God turned my husband to what he was before he died. He loved God more than I do. And he followed me to Christ Apostolic Church. And he served God wholeheartedly. 1965, through his journey, through how he loved God, they made him to be the choir master of Christ Apostolic Church, Olonsogo and Mushin. That time we haven't been coordinating. We are district then. He was the choir master of Mushin district, all over Mushin, where we have about 23 churches, district under Olonsogo. And I thank God, he did not disappoint me and he didn't disappoint God. He served God wholeheartedly. And there wasn't not a day that they settled quarrel for me and my husband. The church did not settle quarrel. The family, they've been expecting us to fight because we are married. They were tough people. Both my husband's father is from Ijebu-Ode. The mother is from Awori, Ejigbo. And you know them, with their problem. They believe in polygamous life. They push my husband to marry many wives, but he refused. He said, do I ever complain to you that my wife didn't prepare food for me, or he didn't listen to my advice, or I did not listen to advice? That was how they stopped. They did not worry us again. Even there was a time they said, I've given him mercy. They don't know that if you and your husband understand yourself, there will be no quarreling. If I know that I offended my husband, during the middle of the night, I will wake him up, kneel down, beg, please, everything you think I did to you, forgive me. And he's a person that always, he likes to forgive. He doesn't take malice. And there's nothing I can do to him that will make him refuse to eat. He will eat my food. He doesn't eat outside. If he's going to work, I will prepare food. Look at that box there. That's the box he used to take to work. I will put rice there. I will put garri there. I will put soup inside food corn. There's one stainless this thing we use. They used to carry food around. So I will put soup there. You know, like other men.